Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to today's episode. Bebop-a-doobop jam. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Friday Jam. That is how Shakira found out that her husband was cheating on her. Shakira, of all people. I don't know why it matters. Shakira, of all people. Listen, you don't pay your taxes, you gonna get cheated on. Listen, you know nothing about TurboTax, and you know your guy's just not gonna respect you at the end of the day. Okay, but the way that Shakira found out that her husband was cheating on her was because someone ate the jam in the refrigerator. That's the most Goldilocks way of ever finding out that someone cheated on you, was going to your kitchen to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and you just happen to see that someone was eating your jam. That is most unfortunate, but good for her. Good for her. And this is the thing that you got to be careful with Latina women. Okay, listen, do you see how I added the extra Latina? Okay, because a lot of times y'all forget, you see the Evan name and forget about the Lopez at the end. Okay, I go to Puerto Rico right now. They're not calling me Evan. You know what they're calling me? Avon. Avon. All right. Avon has a corazon. Okay. Anyway, you got to be careful with the Latinas because detectives built into them. Okay. Instinctually, you hand them a magnifying glass, they gonna know how to use it. You got to be careful. Okay. They're linked into some kind of santeria. You know how a lot of Hispanic cultures, no, I'm sorry if I offend you by saying Hispanic, Latinx. Hey, what are we talking about? Crazy bitches? Dumb. Listen, we're all over the place right now. Take a breath. Start mentioning Latinas and I get a little nervous. Okay, my PTSD kicks in. Latinas are instinctually tied in to the ether. Ghost, spirits, dead titis, everything. All right. They're in there and they're learning about all of that. And they're getting heads up from the other side about guys and everything. So mistake number one, this guy, Shakira's ex-husband. I don't really know much about what happened other than the jam story. That's all I know. And it's like, how careful do you have to be when you're dating a Latina? Okay, because she's weighing food before she leaves. You know, you got to basically Indiana Jones it if you're going to pull it off, where, you know, he has the bag of sand and he's weighing the little figurine that he swaps out the sand so that, you know, the trap doesn't go off. Oh, it went off for Shakira. And she's ready for that beef wherever, whenever. Stupid. Don't give me that. I don't deserve it. Okay, it didn't even really make sense. She's like, wherever, whenever, I will kill you, catch you cheating. Also, this is what's crazy is on that property that they have. This is why, like, cheating's just bad. Okay, you hit a certain point in your life and like the game's done. I don't really care about when people are younger, you know, like, I was getting cheated on constantly when I was like 12, 13 years old. You just get cheated on because there's a game of spin the bottle going on. It's just like, okay, well, those are the terms of agreement. But as you get older, the more you got to get away from it, especially if you have kids and families, and listen, to each their own. I get it. We all have our addictions. Mine happens to be pigeons and yelling at little kids on Call of Duty. Anyway, I've actually never yelled at a little kid on Call of Duty. I haven't really come across little kids. Anyway, pray for the best. But when you start having kids and you start mingling families, you're out there cheating. You're cheating in your home. What a bold move to be like, hey, come to my home and eat my girl's jam. So disrespectful. You can't do that to your girl. It's one thing to cheat on her. It's one thing to allow this trifling homewrecker to eat her jam. Does that mean you made her a sandwich? Okay, what did this psychopath do? Just go in there with a spoon, just spooning out enough jam that Shakira's getting home from evading taxes, and she's like, "Somebody's eating my jam." I just imagine that's how Shakira is all the time. It really makes you realize, no one is safe out there. Okay, we knew this with Beyonce and Jay-Z. No one is safe from cheating. Okay, if you're out here cheating on Shakira, okay, you Jennifer Lopez getting cheated on by A-Rod, you got Beyonce getting cheated on by Jay-Z. No one's safe. No one is safe. Okay, if I think that's the trifecta of the top celebrity women, right? Beyonce, Shakira, and Jennifer Lopez. Jenny from the block. Okay, Jenny from the block. It blows my mind that just the way this situation unfolded with the jam. Okay, you know how pissed off I would be. That would be what sends me on a murderous rampage. Okay, if I was in a situation, because I had a great mentor when I was like 16 years old. John, JJ, if you're listening, if you're watching, we haven't talked in a bit, but he came into my life at a pivotal time. Met him at the boxing gym. Cool cat in his 20s. I was 16. He took me under his wing. He made me cool. Okay. He made me understand some shit in the world. The smoothest, chill black guy. Listen, there's nothing smoother than a black guy who is a boxer in the gym and just cool. You can pull off so much shit. The only thing cooler than a black guy is an old black guy. It's the truest shit that ever said. They can pull off anything. Okay. I remember, it's the opposite of being an older white guy, because there was an older white guy that I thought was really cool. He was, growing up. And then I heard him, "Man, this pollen is killing me." And I said, "Bro, that you even saying that to me just killed my boner that I have for you in life. Like, I can't deal with you when you're over here being like, 'Man, this pollen is killing me right now.'" I was like, "Did you really just say that? That is the whitest shit I have ever heard in my life." Opposite example, a white guy or this old black guy that I know from the gym. He goes, "Yeah, man, about to hit the slopes this weekend." Whoo! And then does a little act out. And I'm like, that's the coolest shit I've ever seen in my goddamn life. My goddamn life. I'll never be able to pull that off. I just don't have it like that. But anyway, I was lucky enough to hang out with John growing up when I was like 16. And John taught me how to drive stick. It was so smooth with it. That sounds so, listen, that's not a metaphor. He taught me how to drive a stick shift in a car. He didn't teach me how to jack off or how to jack him off. It wasn't that kind of friendship. But I remember him always telling me, like, "Dude, if a girl ever cheats, that's not on you." Cause like something happened in the gym where, I don't know if his girl cheated or something weird happened. I remember him being like, "Dude, you never do anything to the guy." He's like, "You just walk away from the situation. Don't involve yourself. You're done. Like, cool." And it's like, "All right, peace, enjoy her." Like, that's it. You move on. Like, that has nothing to do with him. And I ingrained in my head to be like, yeah, it is kind of, in most cases, I see that for sure. It's really not on them. Unless it's like, dude, unless it's somebody your best friend, it's some fucking Mary Povich shit. Then it's like, that's different. But if it's some random who's just like, "Oh, I didn't know, dude." Well, are you going to get mad at a dog for eating a piece of steak that fell on the ground? Anyway, the only situation where I would go into a murderous rampage if I got cheated on would be if I came home. Let's see, my career keeps going, trajectory, it's positive. I'm touring comedian. I'm gone for the weekend. I come home and half of my chicken wings from Buffalo Wild Wings are eaten, and I know no one else is eating them. Got a fox in the hen house. I'm finding out some dude came in and decided to disrespect me enough to go, I'm going to eat this motherfucker's chicken wings. And if he didn't even clean the bones, like he didn't have enough respect to like actually eat all the meat off of it, bro, it's beef on sight. I'm going full Taken, the movie. I have a particular set of skills. I don't know who you are, but I will find you and I will kill you. Okay, that's what's happening if you come in and you eat my chicken wings. So all that to be said for Shakira, the restraint, the level of restraint that she showed by not making it beef on site. And I don't know how beefy it was on site. But there also was another thing, because I guess her mother-in-law lives on the property as well. And when all this cheating stuff happened, she put a big statue of a witch facing her mother-in-law's house. Just a tight move. Just add an exclamation point on it, you know. But we can move on. Okay. I don't know why we just did 10 minutes on Shakira and imaginary cheating. Okay. Things are good, people. Okay. We're tired. A long week, but it was great. We got a lot done, a lot of stand up. Interesting thing that happened. Okay. Listen, your boy putting out content on a regular basis, trying. I'm out here in these streets. I'm out here in these streets, on these streets, around these streets. I'm on the corner. I'm trying to do my thing. Okay. And in doing so, we talk about a lot of shit on this podcast. Some people like to know how the sausage is made, and some people are just listening. We usually look at current events, things that are funny, pop culture, and a lot of times I'm just riffing, goofing. You know, I'm just trying to take a situation and find what's funny about it, what's interesting, what's contrarian, and let's see if we can make this into a joke. Let's see if we can make it just a different perspective, get a fresh set of peepers on a situation. And we do that a lot with the podcast. A lot of the shit I say, I don't really care about. You know, unless I have my serious voice going and I'm saying shit like as I get older, then you know I'm spitting real shit. It might not be real shit, but it's real shit to me. Okay. We went at Elon Musk. Okay. And I only have to bring this up because your boy got slaughtered by the musketeers, as I call them. Okay. Elon Musk has a cult of young influential boys that, and I'll say young men, that I had no idea about. I didn't know that the muskrats were out there. Okay. And they're just waiting. They're just lurking in the swamp. These little muskrats ready to pop out and nibble on anybody who attacks their leader. All right. We made a joke about, cause I look at time. And this was the whole reason we posted that clip, because I thought it was funny. The only thing I really thought was funny in there is when I said, how whitey, I said, go see the sun and then go see your son. Okay, maybe have a beach day. And then it's like, go home, play with your kids. Elon Musk has something like 10 kids. That's insane. He runs all these businesses and it's not like all the kids are together. They're not going to work with them. And then he talks about having these 16-hour work days. So it's like, it's a funny idea to think that your dad is like trying to be Iron Man. Meantime, you're just at home, like playing with a ball. And you're just like, dude, come home, papa. And he's like, no. Like he's trying to go to Mars so bad, just get away. Anyway, I make this, it's not even clever. Like none of that is planned. None of it is rehearsed with the podcast. These aren't actual bits. They're just like, let me just throw this out. And I got roasted. Your boy got attacked in every way possible. In the DMs, in the stories, on the posts, on the video on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. I got flabbergasted by these dudes who, and it made me think a couple things. They were so passionate. People are writing paragraphs about these posts. And I'm like, I'm writing jokes back to them because I'm like, obviously this is so insane that you're taking this, that you have to realize I'm joking. And then they just would go to the next level of responding to that joke. And I realized at first it was funny. it was like, oh, this is hilarious. Like just going back and forth with these people. It's making good content because I'm posting stories about it. And it's just, you know, people DMing me and they're like, that shit's crazy. But, and at first I'm having fun with it. And then it's going on for a couple hours. And I'm just, you know, I check my phone and I would respond and I would try to write something goofy and just do mental jujitsu with them because I'm like, I'm not going to actually answer this dumb shit you said, but I'm going to try to make that into a joke. And it got exhausting. I realized that after a while, I didn't feel good about it. Okay. Like I felt dirty because I was like, oh, I've actually been spending hours going back and forth with these people and they're just so stupid. It was so stupid. And it also made me realize how easy it is for a demographic to get manipulated. I was like, oh, you guys are, if some shit popped off, they're like, if the grid fails and everything gets like apocalyptic, it's going to be troublesome. Because we're going to have a big demographic of people who just like aren't thinking in reality and have a different view of what reality is. I had people tell me, and this is when you know it's so stupid, that they were like, look at this sheep commenting on the schedule of a wolf. And I'm like, okay, you lost me right there. As soon as somebody switches to metaphors about animals and it's not about pigeons, your boy's out. Okay. I don't like the beast stuff. I don't like lions. I don't like wolves. Like I talked about this on stage before. If you're someone that ever refers to yourself as a wolf, or like that quote, throw me to the wolves and I'll come back the leader. If you say that shit, we literally should be allowed to throw you into the wild with a bag of dog treats and be like, good luck. We'll come check on you next winter, alpha. Can't do it. Just throw them out into the winter with the tennis ball and be like, good luck. Don't forget they smell fear. Okay. I don't like it. I don't like the lion talk either. When people start talking about packs, hyenas are kind of cool, the way they laugh. A lot of quotes I don't really like when they get too serious. I like quotes that are on social media and like almost exclamations of like lifestyles and blah, blah, blah. But when it's like, it's too hard, you know, it's too cinematic for me when it starts talking too much about alpha and wolf and sheep. I don't know how many times I've been called a sheep online, but I feel like it's offensive to sheep. Okay. I feel like what's wrong with sheep? Okay. They got wool. Wool is one of the greatest things that this planet has. All right. You ever had lamb chops? Okay. A little mutton pie. You know what the fuck you're talking about. But anyway, back to this Elon Musk stuff. I got so exhausted by it. I couldn't deal with it. I was like, I got to check out. Like after a while, I just stopped responding and waited for it to go away. It was great for the algorithm. Okay. But it got a lot of weird toxic. It reminded me of Twitter. Like I left Twitter a while ago because when I would post stuff, there was just such a, like I feel like Twitter is just 1,000 Greta Thunbergs, just like virtue signaling. Okay. There was also that weird thing with Greta Thunberg recently. The whole world is, it's weird. You guys knew that, right? It's not cool what's happening. The world's not in a great place. There was a recent video that came out of Greta Thunberg protesting in Germany, and they used it as a photo op. Like I saw the video where she was like wanting to post this crazy video of her getting arrested and taken away. But then seconds, like minutes before they're going to show her, she's laughing with the police officers. They're waiting for the camera to get set up and everything, and everybody's just chilling. And then also she's just chilling there with a Nike, apparently she's sponsored by Nike, like this Nike fanny pack. I give her points for wearing a fanny pack. I do. Okay. But then she is just like wearing, like, it's weird when someone is so virtue signally and then they're wearing something like Nike, which is like known child exploitation. And I don't really play that game. I don't like to play that game gotcha, where it's like you're playing the game. It's almost like going back and forth with trolls. Is like, oh, crazy, you talk about this, but you're posting this. Because that game of gotcha happens on every single level. My whole thing is like, just don't be fake. Don't be fake. Go really protest and get arrested if that's what you stand for. Okay. But like, it's obviously a publicity thing. And it's so weird. It's so weird, like what's happened with Greta Thunberg. I thought it was going to be a meme that goes away, but she's still out there, just smiling. Greta Thunberg like always looks like she's smiling, like she just farted and she's waiting for everybody else to smell it. That's just the face I get. And I'm sure her heart's in a good place, but it's like that. She is the virtue signal version of a child star. Like what's happening and this pressure that's probably on her to represent this thing is probably so immense. And it's probably going to be a weird thing the more she keeps transitioning into being a functional adult. Like, I don't know. It's going to be a rough 5 to 10 years, I feel. But anyway, it's just weird. It's a weird world that we live in, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm getting to. What else do we have? What's going on with you guys? You guys doing good? Oh yeah, you guys like the new set? If you're just watching or listening to the video, it's different. We're going to keep playing with it. Like a willy, we're just going to keep playing with it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, till we get it right. We're trying to figure it out how to have it be more fun when it's a single. And then also when we start bringing in more people, might throw a table in here. Okay. I'm just trying to make it as functional as possible and make people as comfortable as possible when they come in here. Okay. That's all we're about here at 7 Minutes in Evan Studios. I also realize that it's weird when I go on stage and I get introduced as, he has a podcast called 7 Minutes in Evan, and everybody's like, what the fuck? But I'm not changing the name. The only other name that we had on the table was Stairway to Evan, which I kind of regret that I came up with that one after 7 Minutes in Evan, because the first question is, how long is your podcast? Roughly 30 minutes when it's a solo. You should make it 7 minutes. And I'm like, you should maybe just listen to it for 7 minutes and then we'll call it a day. Okay. Let's see. Big debate, electric stoves and gas stoves. That's like a topic I just wrote down. This is how the sausage is made. I don't really care. Okay. People, they're trying to outlaw shit. I don't really care. I don't really know. Okay. This is a question for Greta Thunberg. Okay. About climate change and everything like that, and the safety. I think a gas stove blew up. It's always weird that there's such an unnatural push on this electric versus gas move. I don't know if electric cars and all of that is the right move immediately. I almost think it needs to be in tandem. We need to slow it down and like do this the right way. Because what was that thing that like, oh, California by this time is going to be all electric. And then like a week later, they were like, hey, please stop charging your electric cars. The grid is going to fail. Huh? You know, it's like these things are great ideas. And here's the thing. If there was a magic wand that could be easily and we can make the world completely climate friendly, and it was actually the real things that are going to make a difference, I would do it in a heartbeat. If there was a way to save the whales and just have the world be completely in peace, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But it's like things are not that black and white, and it's much more complex. And it's a lot easier to just like stand for a virtue signaling stance rather than actually get into the weeds of solving an issue. That's what it feels like a lot of stuff is with like, especially climate change, is like grandstanding. And it's like, is this actually going to make a change, or is it just, does it look good? Okay. And listen, let's get off this topic. We're talking about fucking electric stoves and gas. Dude, I have an electric stove. I have a Traeger. I have a propane griddle, and eventually I'm gonna have a wood fire pit that also acts as a grill. So I'm just keeping every single form of cooking and energy at my fingertips, just in case. You never know what's gonna happen out there. Okay. Because I get too reliant on electricity, the power goes out. Your boy's sitting here twiddling his thumbs, okay, just eating raw meat. Can't have that. That's what's strange is like, I've started to, and I've kind of always been about it, but I like prepping a little bit, okay? It's a matter of time. I probably got 10 years left before I just go into, I'm living out of a storage container. Okay. And I'm just underground. Okay. When Greta Thunberg is hunting me down and all of Elon, the musketeers are after me for still making dumb jokes about him being a father. I'm just going to be living in a storage container somewhere with all my food stashed up like a fat rat. Okay. Just me and Shakira. Huh? What? Who said that? I'm ready for the apocalypse. I'm not physically ready yet. My back hurts and I don't have enough stuff saved up, but I'll get there. Okay. Speaking of the apocalypse, I have a great new show for you guys. Okay. I'm sure you've seen the advertising, The Last of Us. Okay. I am somebody, when The Walking Dead first came out, that was like a mind-blowing show to me. I loved it. I love the idea. Anything apocalyptic, I really love it. I don't know why, but it's fascinating to me. Like the dichotomy of like what happens to people when shit falls down. That's why I don't like being in huge crowds or you go somewhere, because it's like, it's a small veil of what keeps everything together. And it's like, you lose a little bit of something, like the panic ensues, people change real quick. Okay. So like watching those shows, if they're done good, is great. I actually started rewatching The Walking Dead because I was like nostalgic of it. The first season, amazing. Season 2, it gets a little slow. Okay. When they're at the farm and, the greatest character arc, I can't believe John Bernthal, Shane. Shane is the dopest character out of the entire Walking Dead. Okay. Yeah, Daryl is cool and obviously Rick is cool, but Shane he's a firecracker. Like his character arc and impact that he had over 2 seasons, that's all he got in the show. And he was such a good actor, and that whole, amazing. But The Last of Us is on HBO, phenomenal zombie show, okay? And I'm not spoiling it with this, but the idea, they tell it in the first couple minutes of the show. The idea of what caused the zombies is a fungal infection, which is like a fresh take on zombies. Because it's always, a virus and those bacterial and like all this stuff. The idea of it being a fungal infection is the dopest shit ever, because it's the closest to reality. If you look at, there's like so much stuff with nature and fungus, where there's like these fungi, basically mushrooms, these like parasites that they'll latch on to bugs, they'll latch on to birds. Like they find crazy ways to get, and they control the mind of it. And they need something. Like there was this one that attached to bugs. And then what it would do is it would make the bug crave sunlight. And so the bug would come out of cover and would get eaten by another bug. And then that bug, it would take control of that bug's brain and then would basically turn into like a fungal growth. So it's like there's all these things in nature already of like zombie plants. Like look up like zombie plants in nature, or zombie bugs, and you'll find crazy shit where it's like kind of mind blowing. And it's like, oh, that could happen to people eventually, Anyway, I think it's a great show. It's based off of a video game, which is crazy. I never played the video game, but the show is the highest rating show ever on IMDb. All I'm saying is give it a chance, okay? Give it a chance, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, if you're not doing something this weekend, it's on HBO Max. They're not paying me for this plug. Okay, I just want you to enjoy the freaking weekend. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. That's the end of the episode. I hope you guys had a great time. I love you guys, and like, comment, subscribe, and remember, no matter what, I still love you.